get asked all the time, how do I prep my canvas for doing a resin or an acrylic pour? So I'm going to show you my steps, and stay tuned. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Moonkusser Art.
I'm outside in the backyard. It's yeah, I think 60 degrees here today, so it's a great day for me to be working outside. Got a brand new canvas I just unwrapped. Now, I've had this canvas in inventory for 2 years, I think. And I moved, and the plastic wrapping that you normally get on these had a big tear in it. So that told me moisture got in, and I wanted to show you what that means to a canvas. So these are from Michaels. It's the nice heavy gallery canvas, and it's got a moisture issue. There's no mold or anything on it, but I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but it's not sounding like a drum to me, and that's not good. So I'm going to mist it. Let's see if I can get the sound here. Now, it's not too bad, but I'm trying to figure out how I just know how it should sound. And it's got too much bounce to it, too much sag. So I'm going to tighten that up. I'm going to mist it on the back, and I'm going to use my heat gun on below to dry it up so that I can do some work on it.
Using a household mist bottle with water in it and my Wagner heat gun on a high heat setting on high blow, and that'll tighten it up.
All right, let's see if we can hear the difference. Well, it's hard to hear it over the dog. And that's not my dog, that's the neighbor's dog. But can you hear that? I hope. Well, now that's my dog. Okay. Anyway, it sounds good to me. Bounces back nice. It's tighter. And now I'm going to show you how I tape off my back. Alright, I'm using my favorite tape, the 3M multi-surface edge lock safe release, and we're gonna apply that on the back here so that when I do my resin pour and those drips come down, this is gonna protect the back and allow me to remove those drips much easier. And I love avoiding sanding the drips if I can. So let's do it.
All right, so here we go. I'm just going to lay that tape down and cut it with a razor blade. I follow the same width around that rollover edge, and once I'm finished getting that all lined up, I go around with my marker and I burnish it down.
Okay, so I got a little crease there, but it's not bad. You can see the corner here of the canvas. Now, this again, it's a gallery canvas from Michaels, and it's labeled that it is pre-gessoed, and I'm gonna tell you from my experience, always seal the canvas. Gesso it, paint it, doesn't matter, because if you go with just what their process is, whatever their process is, I have found errors in that process. And I've trusted the labeling as pre-gessoed, and when I go to do work on it, there might be some oils from somebody touching it. Like I said, this one had the plastic wrap was sliced open on the back. And so what I do is, this one I'm going to spray paint, and that's going to be my primer coat. It's going to seal that canvas, and if there's any oils or anything like that, it's going to adhere to the canvas, and it's not going to give me a problem where the resin might repel off. So those are my tips for today, and there it is, ready to go.
I like to use the Rust-Oleum 2x Ultra Coverage spray paint. It gives a real nice coating and seals that canvas down, and I don't worry about any problems.
Okay, one last thing is, when you're done with your can, make sure you turn it upside down and spray away from your phone. And you want to clear, and it's not clearing, but normally it'll clear, but that's how you would clear out your nozzle.
Now back in the studio, and I'm going to clear coat my canvas with resin. I know, I am doing resin work, but having the tape on the back also works for acrylic pours if you're doing that. So either way, it's going to keep the back of your canvas much tidier for a professional look. So I'm just doing a real quick and easy pour here with the resin, and yeah, it's a real colorful, happy piece. I'm liking that. And 24 hours later, and the resin is all cured, and we're ready to clean up the back. So let's get this off of the stands here. Then we can pull up the drips off of that plastic covered tabletop. I put down a nice heavyweight towel on my table. That's going to protect my resin from getting damaged by any little drips that I might have left on my plastic tabletop surface there. Now I'm using my heat gun, and I'm starting to warm up that edge. Doesn't take much, and since it's only 24 hours, the resin is still slightly pliable. And it's going to be hot to your fingertips, so just hold that heat gun there and warm it up. Now the heat gun is on a low setting and a low speed. Doesn't take much. You just want to angle it, and if it gets stuck on a drip or two, kind of rock the tape back and forth just like that, and it'll break those loose. I also keep a utility knife handy in case I have any hard pieces. Now here's a good view of that tape, and you can see that the drips roll right past that rounded over edge of the canvas. So this is where they're sitting, and if it's not protected, it's going to need to be sanded off if you want a nice professional edge on your canvas. So putting the tape down and then warming it up afterwards, again, I recommend doing it within 24 hours of pouring. I have done them much later than that, but it works best if you do it the next day, because the resin is still slightly pliable. At least this brand is. So here you can get them real close and see those drips, and they just, if you rock the tape a little bit, they're gonna just let go. If they don't, you hit it with the heat gun, get it warmed up a little bit more. Don't hold the heat gun in one spot for too long. Okay, and see, now that it's warmed up, it just pops right off. Look at it go. Do you see how pretty and clean that canvas is underneath that tape? It really is a nice way of finishing off a piece. So you can see that this is the same tape I put down from when I spray painted the canvas, because see that white edge? The paint and the resin, they all stop at the same spot there, and the rest of the canvas is left clean. You might get a little bit of overspray when you're doing your canvas. It was a little breezy outside, so there's a little bit on the underside, but for the most part, it's really nice, white, bright, clean, and rocking that tape helps when you see those big drip bumps. Rocking the tape after you've warmed it really helps to break them free. Now remember, you can use this for acrylic pouring too, and it'll keep everything neat and tidy on the back. Look at how good that looks.
Anyway, I really had fun with the colors on this one. It's just a bright, happy piece and got some really, really nice details in that resin. Looks good. It's a pretty piece. Great for summertime and brighten up a dark spot in your house. So I wanted to real quick, since we're done, I'm going to show you. A lot of people say, oh, well, where do you sign your work? I like to sign on the side. That way people can orient the painting however they see fit. I also wired my piece on the back, so I wanted to show you that. There's the, I don't know whether these are called D-rings, but I screw them right into the wood. And then I have, this is a picture hanging wire that is vinyl coated. I can't tell you how much I enjoy working with a vinyl coated wire. If you've worked with hanging your pictures, it's a twisted wire that they use, and I'm constantly pricking my fingers, so I like this. So I double around my D-ring here and take my wire out, and then I double back over itself, and it's all good to go. It's ready for about 40 pounds of weight, and that's it. So let's hang it on the wall. Okay, so I have my spot ready to go here. I have these great hooks that I can adjust up and down. Again, it's a vinyl coated wire that they slide up and down on. And all I have to do now is pop them on just like that. Do it blind. Right? Okay. There. And we're good. Okay, I hope you guys learn something in this video. If you're struggling with trying to keep the back of your canvas clean, this should help you, and you can use it for resin pours. The tape comes off really easy for acrylic pours. You don't have to do the heat gun process, but you do have to be very careful when you're putting that tape down the first time. Make sure you use that whatever tool you want to use. I use just a Sharpie marker. It's plastic and it doesn't scar anything. And burnish it. Rubbing that plastic is burnishing the tape. It's making that adhesive from the tape get a little bit warmer, and it's going to stick a little bit better onto the canvas, and it's going to protect your canvas. So just makes it look so much prettier. So all that's done, and my art is on the wall, and I hope you guys are going to go make something beautiful and enjoy creating, because boy, I certainly do. And I hope you like my video. Please subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing. And otherwise, I'll see you next time.